Hey guys, welcome back to the MCU HQ, and today I want to do a video that I actually got a request for a couple days ago. Yes, if you leave a video request, I will almost certainly do it, unless for some reason I can't. And that is a tutorial on how I make my custom Blu-ray covers. So if you don't know, I take the Disney Plus shows and I make a custom Blu-ray cover and I put them inside of a movie I own that I don't plan on watching. And I put it on my MCU shelf just so it's aesthetically pleasing. This is one I just did for Moon Knight right there. And so I got a request asking if I could do a tutorial on how I do it. And so I figured I do have a couple more I want to make, so I will do a tutorial here. So I'm going to pull up a screen recording and you guys can see a walkthrough of how I do this. So, alright, first thing here, I got Photoshop open. Me and my maid as well. You can see my Moon Knight cover there. But I do have the dimensions I need already preset in Photoshop, so those are the dimensions. They aren't exact. I think it's like a hair too small, but it works because you can always just print it a size bigger. Trust me, it all works out. So there's that. There's the details, create, and this is our Blu-ray cover essentially. And so something that I'll like to do is maybe have a cover, whether it's one I've already done or just a legit Blu-ray cover, just have one nearby just to use as like a reference if I feel the need. So I'm just going to keep Moon Knight there in case I need to use a reference here. So we are doing this today for the Defenders, the Netflix Marvel limited series Defenders show that never got a Blu-ray release. So I'm making one for it. Now there are two different sizes of Blu-ray. There is the more movie one that you would have, and then the thicker TV one, which I can grab an example of. This guy, for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, it's thicker, as you can see when we put them next to each other. But sometimes these smaller cases work for limited series, which is why I've been formatting them like that for all of these shows. So, here we have our canvas. Now the first thing I always do is I make myself a spine. First thing you're going to want to do is get yourself a rectangle about yay big. Okay, about that size. And before you click off it, change it to the color you like. I usually go towards black when I don't know what a good color is, but you do have your whole color thing here in case you want to play with that at all. That actually wouldn't be a bad color. I'm gonna stick with black though for this guy. So we go straight black there, and then you're of course you're gonna want to shape it just to pull it to the edge of the thing there, and then get that bad boy in the center. Because if it's not in the center, you're gonna have a bad day. I accidentally did print one once that wasn't in the center. I had a bad day. So always make sure you do that. And the reason I always start out by doing that is you now have your frame split in half. You know where your back cover is, you know where your front cover is, and it gives you two workspaces. Basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to narrow down the sizes you're working in as you work with this. And then I have a folder over here. I'll minimize this just so you can see it. So I have a folder right here that's all the elements I need. It's a surprisingly little amount of elements. I do already have some stockpiled from different covers, which I'll show you when we get there, but these are for, you know, the visual elements of the cover. I have some different pictures here. So our title, our poster, what we're going to put on the spine, in which case I'm using a picture of Jessica Jones, then a picture of the Defenders, and then Colleen. This says Defenders back pick, which I will use, because there's two, so it always, but I will use, you'll see. And then Alexandra and Elektra. So now what we're going to do is I always start with the front, because the front's easy. So when you get the front out of the way, you just have more time to do the rest of it. So just drag that in. And then this is where things get interesting, because you have to shape it so that it fits. And usually I usually cut off the title, and there's a reason I cut off the title, and I'm going to grow them a little bit so it looks like that. And now what we're going to do, after you do this step, you're completely done with the front, which is why I always do this first. You drag your title over. If it's not a PNG, that really sucks, but luckily we're in Photoshop, so you can just immediately take out that. Cool, cool. Right, so now, there you go. And I am making this with the assumption you already know how Photoshop works, or at least a basic understanding. So I am sorry otherwise. You're going to want to try to center that. Looks like Electra's dead center, so that works. So there you go. You're pretty much done with your front cover now. Something I do like to do is I actually want to duplicate the title and then just turn it 90 degrees. Okay. So now what we can do is we can put it, we want to shrink it down. Actually, zoom. Always use the zoom tool when you're doing something in Photoshop. Makes your life easier. And then put that in the center. So there's our actual title for the show. I do really like the black cover. A lot of the ones I've done do have a black cover. Okay. So there we go, right? That's easy. Now, the back is where things get much harder, and this is why I always use one of these as a reference, because you can lose track of what exactly you're doing on the back cover. But the first thing I want to do for this one is I want to get this picture that I have right here, and we're going to plop it over here. And then we're going to resize it, because I want this to kind of be that banner that you see on here. So size is going to be wonky, it is what it is. And then we leave it like that. And now a little Photoshop tip, just start moving stuff down until you have that, basically. So now we have our back cover. That's the banner. I'm going to put the summary on here, and that, you know, that's kind of when you're looking at the back of the case, that would kind of be your little image of the Defenders, of not a stylized poster route, just a picture of them. Granted, that's not actually in the show, so it is stylized, but it's a good thing to look at. And then we'll come back to the summary. We'll do the actual text part of it later. I do have these 4 images I want to drop in, and these are all sized differently, unfortunately. That's just kind of the issue that you come across, but we're going to want all of these up top. So we have Colleen Wing here with her katana, and lower it down. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fit all 4 of these right here. So I'll probably speed this part up, because you definitely do not need to watch me put all 4 of these on here. That will take more time than I think either of us are going to want to spend doing this. I love that the MCU had, like, they had Sigourney Weaver, and then they did absolutely nothing with Sigourney Weaver. That's kind of upsetting. When you were doing this just by eye and not measuring, it does kind of get tricky. But there we go, pretty much. Nope, there we don't go. Electra is a different size a bit, but I'm not too worked up about it. I think it works for the most part. I am unhappy, though, that she does appear to be, her picture is a bit bigger. Can we just shrink that a hair? Okay, actually, I know exactly how I'm going to solve this problem, because luckily we're not done, so we can grow her a bit there. Now what we do, we come back, because now what we need is the most important element, the element that really sells this as a Blu-ray and not just a little mock-up fan art. We get right here, and then we're going to color this black as well, because it matches the rectangle. It just works for this aesthetic. I don't know what I just clicked. And there you have the rectangle where you're going to put trademark, rating, any like logos, which I always do last because it's a pain. And I just realized I moved this. So there we go. So this is what we have. Now we have all our imagery that we're going to need right here. So we have front, back, spine. We do need to work on the spine. But before we work on the spine, let's get some of the text that we're going to have. So first off, on the front, we are going to have the complete limited series, because this is a limited series. and I want to do this in all caps, the complete limited series. Limited series, for anyone who doesn't know what that means, one season, few episodes in that season. Defenders is that because it's one 8-episode season. Then they canceled it. Actually would have liked to see a season 2, but it is what it is. So there we go, we have complete limited series there. And then the second one we need is just kind of our description. And the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to shrink this down a bit. And I wrote up a description. Sometimes you can get the description on Wikipedia or Marvel.com, whichever is the most detailed. Or sometimes you can make it up. Sometimes I do a mix. In this case, I have Marvel's The Defenders brings together Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. When the villain's hand puts New York City in danger, the 4 heroes learn that working alone's not enough and they must join forces to save their city. And another tip, if you really want to sell it as something legit, after the character, put the actor's name in parentheses. So, and then also, you're going to want italics, because use italics when you can. Where even is the italic thing on here? Can I just do this? No? Alright, we'll figure it out later. And, oh yeah, don't capitalize that. And actually, okay, you know what? Actually, I apologize for something. There's a smart way to do this. Do not, just disregard what I just said. I'm doing this in real time. I did not script this. Make a box for this one, because it'll format it for you and take some time off of your life. So, we have... And if you can't read it, we'll fix all that later. It's, you get it down first, and then you do it. Okay, now the key with a summary is to say as much as you can, but not actually say anything, because you don't want to give anything away, which is what I tried to do here. And then we're just going to line that up there. And I think something I am going to do now is, if I can find it, let's move all this up just a tad. There is a way to move all of it at the same time. I just didn't do that, because I don't always do things the smartest way, but it is what it is. There we go. Okay, now I can move all 3 of those. Awesome. And then last rectangle. And then I'll now just that. And then, damn, moving stuff, always a pain. Cool, awesome. So now we have all that down right there. So that's your summary. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna put it up there. I want to put it down here. We're gonna put one more, and we're gonna say relive. We'll move that in a minute. It's okay. All 8 episodes of the limited series. And we just have to get that above the rectangle. Move it to the center. Move it right there. And we're good, because there's going to be something small that goes in this gap. And basically what that is your text specs. I don't always know if these are accurate, but who actually reads them? So get like a really small font, like less than a 6. A 4 is honestly perfect. And then I have the Moon Knight cover here for that. And I just do the same thing for everything because I'm lazy like that. So we say Blu-ray colon 1080p high definition 239:1. I don't even know what any of these mean, and I go to film school. English 5.1 Dolby Digital. Apply to film content only. The mistake I always make with these, I always forget to put a parenthesis at the end, but I actually remembered this time. And then we're just going to move this up. It gets to snuggle right up there with Sigourney Weaver. Boom! There you go. And then I'll just move the relive thing up because we want to smush that in, because now we need room on the bottom for all of our little logos and such. So the ones I have a list of what exactly I'm going to put on here. This is where we have to go get some of our other elements. So I do have some of these in a folder. So first one that we're going to want is the TVMA, which I believe I have in my Daredevil Season 3 one. Yep, right there. I did make one for Daredevil Season 3. That will be up in the folder in a bit. So yes, I do have a folder of all the covers I've made if anyone wants to download them and use them. So when this video goes up, the Defenders one will be available at that exact same time. So there's TVMA. Now, what we're gonna go do now is above it, because I like it, when you put TVMA there, now you've sandwiched stuff, so now you have a better workspace. Remember, as I said, you're always trying to make it so you have less of a space to work in. Now under it, actually, not that big. We're gonna go, actually no, I'll do it the other way around. Okay, I am so sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. Now we need our little Dolby Digital logo, which I also have. This was damn near impossible to find. Apparently there's not really any transparent versions of this thing anywhere. I made that too small. So get it where we want it. We're gonna put it up here. A little shrinky dink. Right there. We are gonna put something in here. So we'll go Dolby Digital above it, and then region free, which that's what the region free logo looks like for anyone who was wondering. It's basically the thing on a Blu-ray that says it can play on any player around the world. And then after that, I go Technicolor. Where's my Technicolor one? Is this where I actually have to leave now? Yes, it is. It's my WandaVision one. There it is. Nope, that's not the one. Ooh. Going on a little hunt today. It is this guy. Okay. Yeah, you always need to make sure that it's the right color when you're dealing with black and whites. Because if it's the wrong color, it'll ruin your day. Because then you'll be like, oh, I spent all that time hunting and I got the wrong thing. And then actually, let's move. It usually takes a minute to like figure out exactly how you need to line everything up. But we'll go region free there. We'll get Technicolor there. And then next I have Blu-ray. I have a list up on my phone of every little element I need. So feel free to use what I'm doing as your list to figure that out. Blu-ray, because it is a Blu-ray. No. If you shrink it too small before you get it in place, you will also have a bad day. So start to shrink it down as you find where it's going to go. Blu-ray. Cool. And then we have two more here. We have our Netflix one, which is super important. I'm not putting the Disney Plus logo on here as much as Disney would like me to claim. They made this content. They did not, and I will not be putting it on. What the heck? Okay, I lost track of it, so I'm just going to put it back in. I'm starting from the top. Netflix. And then the last one we have is our ABC Studios logo, which when you put on here, ABC is the only thing that's going to show up. That's okay. Like, that's all you're going to need, really. So we'll go try to center it. And boom, right there. So now we have all that on the back. Now I usually have a screenshot of what exactly the little trademark is going to be. I do not currently have that screenshot, so I'm gonna write it out. I'm just gonna write it out. So we're gonna get ourselves a box about yay big. Actually, let's go a bit bigger. Let's go like that size, And yes, you're also going to want a small font on this. Make sure it's on the right side, not in the center. And then I'm going to copy down a little paragraph I have written up here. Okay, so that box that I've got right there, that's what you want. So, and then just try to find a comfortable spot. And this, my friends, is the trademark info. Which I always say it's really funny to be writing a trademark saying I own something when I don't. But whatever. So with that, we are almost done with the back. The last thing we have to do is we have to get the actual minute count for the entire show. Which, luckily, I have already. I wrote that down in advance. If not, if you don't have that, just, you know, go on Disney Plus and add it all up. Or I'll just put it on the screen. So total running time. As with everything, this is not in the spot it's going to be. We're just, you know, we make it, then we put stuff there. And yeah, you can zoom in. Don't be afraid to zoom in, like I am. Approximately 396 minutes. And then we say color, and it's digitally mastered. And then we're just going to drag this to like right there. And now, my friends, we're done with the back of the case. So that's how, actually there was one more thing we can do that I will do. Add Marvel.com. Why not? They'll like it. And just try to line it up. That's right. No, that's not right. Oh my god, I love when Photoshop says things are lined up and they're not. There we go. Marvel.com. Cool, cool. And there we go. There was a touch of blank space there. That's okay. That's perfectly fine to have there. But if it really makes you feel, if you really want to, you can always just move Marvel.com to over there. And then now we just have to finish our spine, and then once we finish the spine, we are done. So what we'll do first is I have a little handy dandy picture. If I go back to my Defenders folder, I have this picture of Jessica Jones, which we're just gonna, I took this from that actual poster sitting right there. It is kind of, it's a weird size though. If I can, it's actually not bad. I actually do kind of like how that turned out. And then underneath it, we are going to need the Marvel logo, which I have somewhere. Where, though, is the question? Right there. It was in my Moon Knight folder. Let's go back to my Defenders folder. I have made quite a few of these. I'll add the ones I made for the Defenders shows at some point. But I'm not going to do that right now. But this one, as I said, will be up when this video goes up. And then the Marvel goes at the bottom. That's where that logo goes. And now let's zoom back out. 100. So now what's left is we just have to get first season written down and the Blu-ray logo in there. So let's start out with our Blu-ray logo. And this could either go one of two ways. If you're doing this for a thicker case, you would put it horizontal, or I guess, you know, facing normally. Or in this case, because we're doing it on a case of this size, we would put it like this way. and then slap that puppy on there. And then actually that might be a tad big, a tiny bit too big. Yeah, and then now the last thing there's to do is we're gonna make a box there. Center it. The complete limited series. Zoom. And we can make this big chungus over here. We haven't slapped that guy there, all centered, and then now what we get to do, is zoom out, and there you go. There you have it. There is the Defender's Blu-ray case. This is how I do all my cases. It's how I will continue to do them all. So if you want to see this, I do have, as mentioned, there's a folder linked down in the description for all the custom covers I've done, all the Disney Plus shows, as well as this one will be in there. I have not put in any of the other Netflix show ones yet. I'm getting to that, but there we go. So that's how I do them. Kind of a long tutorial, kind of a complicated process, but once you start doing it, it's actually really easy to do. So now feel free to make yours. If you don't want to, you can use that link down there. The only piece you have to provide is an actual Blu-ray case and then your own MCU shelf, because I unfortunately cannot provide that for you. Alright, so I hope that helped you guys. I know I saw that one request to do it, and I was like, that actually sounds fun. I have to make a Defenders cover. I'll record it. So hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys make your own covers. If you do, I would love to see them, because I think those things are cool. I got inspiration from some of the custom covers I've seen, and I hope I can give some inspiration to you to make your own, and I would gladly love to see them. It's awesome. I don't need anything in return. I'm just happy knowing that I helped someone. So let me know your thoughts on the cover, as well as, just tell me what you think of Defenders, or anything really. Tell me what you had for breakfast. I don't even care. You can tell me what you had for breakfast, what you're doing, if you're going on a vacation this summer. Tell me anything. I'll respond to it. Video requests I do take. Just put them in the comments section on a video, or you can even send me an email on like the personal page of my channel. My email's there. I will take a video request. I will try to get around to it if I can. But leave your thoughts down in the comments below is what I'm trying to say. Leave a like on this video, subscribe, click on the bell icon to receive all notifications from the MCU HQ. This is going to be it. Have a great day, guys.